Details have been revealed by Beta M about the new upcoming Grand Prix for December, the Winter Festival Grand Prix, including new characters, new karts, new skins, new wheels, and new stickers. So let's take a look at it, shall we?
3 lights, 2 lights, 1, and it's go, go, go!
Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
What's up guys, my name is the Kiwi Dragon and I'm back again today with a brand new video talking about the Winter Festival Grand Prix, which of course, as I mentioned before, is the brand new Grand Prix coming out in December for Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. So to preface this, not long had the Neon Circus Grand Prix started when Beta M came out with new details for the upcoming Winter Festival. So in this video we're going to crack into that data mine and have a quick look at what is in store for us in next month's Grand Prix. Just a reminder to you all to take this with a grain of salt, as whilst the large majority of Beta M's data mines have been accurate, it is subject to change. So first of all, let's take a quick look at the characters. First of all, whilst they're all in alphabetical order, I want to take a quick look at two characters together, those being Chick and Stew. I find it really interesting that these two are joining the grid, especially as they're supposed to be sportscasters. Whilst we've seen plenty of race drivers in real life become sportscasters or panelists when they retire, it's interesting to see these guys go from sportscasters to racers. Next up is Hasty. I presume Hasty is of course the mysterious character from the silhouette of the Winter Festival section of the more recent roadmap. After more consideration, I am of the opinion that Hasty is based around the Farsi the Hippo rumour, a rumoured character that was supposedly cut from the original CTR. However, there isn't much proof to go along with that. What I am pretty certain of though is that Hasty is a hybrid animal character, much like Dingo Doll. Half hippopotamus, half moose. A hippopotamoose, if you will. I think the Winter Festival Grand Prix will actually be focused on him, and I'll explain why shortly. I'm very happy to see another original character make an appearance in the game though, especially as King Chicken has been a fantastic addition, and from what I've seen, the response to his addition in the game has been mostly positive, with praise for how hilarious the character is. Heck, my partner has seemingly abandoned Pura, who was her main character, and replaced Pura with King Chicken, as she called him adorable yet hilarious. So I'd call King Chicken a success, meaning I can only hope Hasty goes over just as well as King Chicken has. Next up is God himself, Rilla, gracing us with his presence for only the second time in the series since Crash Bash in 2000. Rilla has been a heavily demanded character since people began creating their dream rosters after the announcement of Nitro-Fueled almost a year ago. We were teased with an appearance by Rilla in this current Grand Prix with a banner advertising a boxing match between Rilla and Koala Kong, who were former teammates in Crash Bash. Speaking of that game, I personally wasn't too fazed with the character's appearance in Crash Bash. That being said, I have heavily supported his inclusion as he is quite a unique character, one that the community has turned into a meme, and knowing this, I can only imagine how much personality Beanox will inject into the character. Overall, I'm really happy to read that Gorilla Monkey Anus Face will likely be joining us very soon. And our final character is Yaya Panda, and I cannot personally believe I am saying that name out loud. Yaya is an interesting one as she never appeared in any Crash console games, making all of her appearances in mobile and iOS games, the most recent of them being Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart 2 from 2010. I remember as a kid I bought that game to play on my iPod Touch and absolutely loved it. It was no CTR, CNK or CTTR even, but it was something fun for me to play on the long car rides that we'd go on as I was a kid, or sneakily I'd play on while I was boarding class. So while we don't know a great deal about Yaya's character except for the fact that she's a panda and she's working with the good guys, I'm personally excited for this one. Now let's move on to the karts, none of which appear to be karts returning from prior games, so I'm going to have to find a bit of a different way to describe what I'm thinking to you. These karts are of course the Snowplow, the Sugar Crush and the Turbo Sleigh. I don't know really what to say about them here. The Snowplow is probably what it says it is, just a regular snowplow, probably with a couple of funky looking exhausts and maybe Christmas themed. I honestly don't know. The Turbo Sleigh probably is a sleigh with an engine, and it's probably going to be an interesting one because we don't know if it's going to be another hovering kart like the Hover Kart, the Probulot 2000 and the Firehawk, or if it's going to be a wheelless kart that rides along the ground, much in the same vein as the Nitro Bumper Kart. Meanwhile, the Sugar Crush is going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to have to go out on a limb and guess it's just a car made from sugar, not really much else I can really work with on that one. But we do know what their paint jobs are though, which of course are orange for the snowplow, pink for the sugar crush, and red for the turbo sleigh. Moving on to the legendary skins now, we get the following legendary skins: Pajama Baby Coco, Pajama Baby Crash, Elf Coco, Reindeer Crash, Santa Hasty, Eskimo Nash, a Mystery Papu Papu skin, Ugly Sweater Polar, Winter Spyro, and Mama Torna. So all of these look like the generally expected Christmas or winter themed costumes. You've got the kids in pyjamas ready to sleep on Christmas Eve to wake up early to open presents on Christmas morning. You have an elf and a reindeer, two more staples of Christmas. Then of course we have Santa Hasty, which judging by the name we can assume Hasty likes to go fast, as one of the definitions of hasty is done with excessive speed or urgency. It'd be fair in that case to give him a Santa costume, which combined with a Nitro sleigh could serve as the Crash Universe's version of Santa, delivering presents to kids very fast. And of course, this is the reason why I believe that Hasty is the main character of the Winter Festival, because he is the only one with a legendary skin. Meanwhile, we also have an Eskimo because, well, it's winter and Eskimos are typically found in the Arctic where it's usually snowy, so therefore it fits the Winter Festival theme, I guess? Next, we have Ugly Sweater Polar, who will likely have one of those sweaters you'd get knitted by your grandmother. You know the ones, they fit terribly, they look terrible, and they itch like hell from whatever weird materials went into making them. But you can't complain because you don't want to hurt your grandmother's feelings, so Beanox, I'll be disappointed if Polar's podium animation isn't him looking uncomfortable as all hell and scratching himself to death. Next up we have Winter Spyro, who I can only presume will be like a white Spyro, kind of like a snowman. Or maybe he'll just be a Spyro with a scarf around his neck because Christmas. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to predict this one. I mean, we already had Ice Breath Spyro, and that kind of would fit the bill for this Grand Prix, but it'll be interesting to see what we get in terms of a skin, because I'm really drawing a blank as to how to predict this one, quite frankly. And finally, we get Mama Torna. I'm not sure what to say here, only that I think she might have maybe a Christmas sweater, a Santa hat, and some festive stockings. Otherwise, I'm kind of lost as to what Mama Torna even is. And now we reach my favourite part when it comes to talking about the skins, the mystery ones. You remember the last time round when the Neon Circus Grand Prix Datamine came out? I failed to guess that Cortex would be a circus clown. Instead, I thought he would actually fit better as a ringleader, but turns out he was a clown, and actually that clown design is pretty epic now that I think about it. But I did get Circus Penta right. But somehow I totally missed Circus Cortex's family connections to actually growing up in a family of clowns. So that was stupid of me. So, let's get into today's bold prediction, shall we? Today's bold prediction, I am going with Snowman Papu Papu, and I'll explain why. I predict Papu Papu will have a snowman skin, as it seems ridiculous to leave a snowman out of the festivities. Snowmen are a big part of the theme of Christmas alongside elves and reindeer. I did consider Papu may have a Santa skin, but I thought that because Hasty may be perceived as a good character, it would better fit him to have the Santa skin rather than Papu Papu, whereas Papu could have a snowman costume, which aren't really perceived to be good nor evil, rather just more neutral because they're inanimate objects, if anything. And while snowmen are perceived to be neutral as they are inanimate objects, I think it could be an interesting idea to see a fat, kind of jolly yet slightly menacing snowman in this Grand Prix as a skin for Papu Papu. Now with the skins out of the way, we reach the wheels, which are codenamed candies. We don't know a whole lot about these, so again, it's back in prediction mode for them, and my prediction is that we'll see things like red swirling lollipop wheels, black licorice wheels, white mint wheels, brown chocolate wheels, green gumdrop wheels, and so on and so forth. I hope we have a diverse range of wheels that we can see in this season that don't look too similar, kinda like the neon wheels in this season, which look kinda different from each other. It'll be interesting to see whether these fit in with the gummy wheels from the Sour Patch Kids and Trident promotion set earlier this year, and I hope even then that those wheels from that promotional set even get a nitro boost for those of us that have them. We're also getting a bunch of stickers which are making me hungry as I read over them. Those stickers are Swirly Candy, Cupcake, Chocolate Pretzel, Candy Cane, Sumo Jelly, King Jelly, and Jelly Crown. Alongside them we have the regular character portrait stickers, including Hasty Portrait, Rilla Portrait, Yaya Panda Portrait, and interestingly enough, a Chicken Stew Portrait. So not just individual portraits for those two, but portraits of the pair together, which I find really interesting. But then considering that they are usually seen as a duo together, I think it's fair to have them as a sticker together. What I do really find interesting though is that no paints were hinted at in the data mine. So before we go any further, I'm guessing we'll have either candy paint jobs, kind of like the ones that Post Malone sings about in his song, or sugar dust paint jobs. So sort of like regular paint jobs, but with sort of dustings of white sugar, causing the paint to sparkle and shine a little bit. Now, the next interesting bit here is that the data mine mentions that Season 6's track was codenamed Luminous. But we don't really need to look into this too much further, really, as we do know the name for it already as Gingerbread Joyride. However, one thing to bear in mind is we saw on the roadmap, whilst it is called Gingerbread Joyride, it can be changed, as we did see that Carnival was the original name for this season's Neon Circus track, which later became Koala Carnival. So maybe it's going to be, I don't know, Hasty's Gingerbread Joyride? I don't know. Maybe not. I think it is just going to be called Gingerbread Joyride in my opinion, but it may be subject to change, so keep an eye out for that one. Meanwhile, we also have reference to a 7th season with a track by the name of Dryland, or at least codenamed Dryland, as well as apparent confirmation that we'll be getting Grand Prix in 2020, from January right the way through to May of next year. I want to discuss these potential Grand Prix, but not right now. I'll probably come back to these in a future video talking about my predictions for them, as we'll probably need to run through as to what characters we have left that can even fit in these Grand Prix, and what potential guest characters may even appear for them, as I'm thinking we may see some more appearances by the Spyro characters. And this really ends our look at the data mine, and I have to say, Winter Festival is shaping up to be an interesting one, and I'm very much looking forward to it, I have to admit. But that'll do for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed me rattling off the list of Grand Prix items that we'll be seeing in the Winter Festival, as well as potentially talking about some future Grand Prix as well. I'll get back to those in another video, as I mentioned before, as I'm really excited to talk about that. At the moment, we haven't had confirmation that we'll be getting those future Grand Prix, so wouldn't be counting your chickens quite yet, but it seems like they're soft confirmed, at least, if you know what I mean by soft confirmed. Basically, it's sort of confirmed essentially in word alone, but nothing hard, concrete yet. But at this point, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and share this video with your friends, family, and your favourite CTR communities, or just generally with your favourite Crash Bandicoot communities. And don't forget to leave a comment down below telling me whether or not you enjoyed the video, what you'd like to see in the next video, or perhaps even if you have a question you'd like me to potentially answer about this video, or anything in terms of Crash Bandicoot or CTR in general. I'm more than happy to talk to you. But don't forget, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to be notified either when I upload constantly, or you can set it to just have occasional notifications so you can check back once in every short while to see how many videos I've uploaded. But until next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome. Oh, and before I go, Beanox, this is a message for you. If you're listening, please can you give my boy Geary a legendary skin? I mean, he's the only one missing one since the beginning of the game, and he's, you know, been in the game forever, guys. Come on, please, legendary skin, Geary, please show some love for the robot. Much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.